Appreciate it. No, I never imagined that I would be getting ready to put on another uniform, but I'm definitely excited to be here. I think, without a doubt, that I'm joining a great team and just looking forward to adding to what this team has already been able to do.
Can you add on that a little bit? What was the attraction of coming to a franchise and organization like this in terms of where they're at right now?
I think the real attraction was, being able to understand and know a bunch of the players that are on the team right now. You look at the way that they were able to perform last year. You look at the coaching staff, the familiarity. I know a lot of the coaches on the staff, in particular defensively. I know Coach Smith. I know Coach Miles. Chris Harris was one of my former teammates in Carolina. So it just felt right to be able to select an organization like the Chargers and knowing that, this is a team that's not very far from being able to win a Super Bowl championship, and I want to be a part of that group that does that.
What are some of the intangibles that you feel like you bring to help enhance this defense?
I feel like I still have a lot left in the tank. One of the one of the more athletic linebackers in this league. I feel like the wisdom and the knowledge of the game that I've been able to learn from a bunch of veteran guys over the years, I can, really help some of the younger guys on this defense, and just whatever I can add and whatever I can bring, I'm willing to do, and just coming in and being the ultimate teammate.
You're kind of far away from home, growing up in Georgia,
Yeah.
Carolina. You kind of were saying in January you're going to stay somewhere in the South area. What made you come out here?
It is a long way from home, and when the Chargers offer first came on the table, me and my wife was kind of laying there, and when I said yes, she was like, "Wait. We didn't have a chance to talk about it." But when you just know. And I just knew that this was a perfect opportunity. It felt comfortable. It felt right. And 14 years of never being able to enter into free agency, once you have that opportunity and you feel like you can select a place that you can ultimately come in and make a Super Bowl run, you don't turn it down. And that was the situation right here. I feel like this is a Super Bowl caliber team, and I just want to add to that.
How do you feel the transition is going to be from playing in Carolina, where I think you guys are 4-3 there, right? And then playing here, which is 4-3, but it's a little bit different.
It's going to be different, but I feel like Coach Bradley has a great defensive mind. He's going to figure out a way to utilize the talent that's on his team as he has, and I'm looking forward to being a part of that. I feel like defense is defense. You line up and you play. X's and O's out of the door. End of the day, is who wants it more. When you're playing defense, and I feel like that's going to be this group and that's going to be this team, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
Were you the defensive play caller in Carolina, and will you be here, or have they asked Todd?
Well, I wasn't the defensive play caller. We had a guy by the name of Luke Kuechly that handled those duties in Carolina. But whatever I'm asked to do here, I'm willing to do it. I'm up for it, and just looking forward to the challenge.
Have they told you yet what your role is going to be here? What position you're going to be playing?
We've kind of talked about it briefly. Me and Coach Smith talked a little bit, and I have more opportunity as we continue to come on out here in the off-season process, working out and OTAs. We'll figure out what the role is exactly going to be. But right now, I'm being penciled in at the wheel. But I'll learn all the linebacker spots just to make sure I'm good to go.
Did you play Will in Carolina?
I did, yes, sir.
Carolina is a beautiful place. Have you been out here much?
I haven't been out here much, but I'm looking forward to being here a lot. This city is obviously beautiful. The weather is great. Just really got to get acclimated to being in this traffic, though.
A couple of times. A couple of times you mentioned Super Bowl. What in your heart, you said when you know, what is it about this team that you feel can make that Super Bowl?
I think just the guys, man. When you think about being a part of a special group, and we had a special group, I feel like, in Carolina in 2015, and you can just see the chemistry. You can see that everybody had one common goal, and it was coming together to try to win football games. And as on the outside looking in, when you look at this football team, you see a ton of great guys that are out there playing for each other and playing to try to win football games. It's not a selfish football team or guys that are thinking about themselves. So I definitely feel like that was one of the reasons why I wanted to be a part of this.
You and Luke were the leaders of that linebacking group in Carolina, but how will it feel to come into this group, which is pretty young and light on depth?
I'm excited to be a part of this group. I'm coming in to just try to offer any kind of veteran leadership that I can, and even bigger and And better than that, I just want to show that I'm still capable of playing at a high level. When you are able to mix my talent and what I'm able to do in with the guys that they have, when you think about, being on the field with Melvin and Bosa and Derwin and having Denzel back, having those guys on the field, I feel like we're capable of being something really special, but it really doesn't happen until we go out there and actually do it. So I'm looking forward to it.
Have any of your teammates reached out to you, your new teammates?
Yeah, I've talked to a few of the guys, and I'm looking forward to meeting everybody. Haven't had the opportunity to talk to my guy Melvin yet, so he was one of the guys that I really thought that I was going to talk to first. So, Perp, if you listen to this, we got some words for you.
Talk to Philip at all, Bruce?
Not yet. I have an opportunity to talk to him soon. We're going to exchange number here soon, but me and Philip have done a bunch of talking over the years playing against each other, so I'm looking forward to that aspect of it too.
Do you think it's going to be an easy transition playing trash talking him to now trash talking him as a teammate?
Absolutely. That's something that I did for years in Carolina, trash talk Cam, so I don't think it's going to be a whole lot that Philip can say that me and Cam haven't said.
Now, if you mentioned you think you have a lot left in the tank, some people might look at this signing and say, I know you're going to have a birthday pretty quick too, right?
Yeah.
You're a mid-30s linebacker. Do you feel like you have something to prove?
Absolutely. That's the mindset that I take year in and year out. Doesn't matter if this was my first year or this going to be my last year. I'm going out with the same mindset. I'm going to show and prove. I mean, I've always done that, and this year is not going to be any different. It's all about going out, and you can't. I feel like in this league, you can't live on your past success. You got to be able to show up and week in and week out and show what you're capable of doing. And you don't get any passes in this league. If you don't play well, they're going to replace you. So my mindset, I'm going to come in and try to be the best linebacker on this team, be the best linebacker in this league, week in and week out. That's my mindset.
What do you see in Denzel Perryman? You and Luke have such a good duo in Carolina, but do you think you bring that here with the Chargers?
Absolutely. I watch Denzel a lot. He's a guy that has a ton of ability. His ability to strike people, I feel like, is really second to none in this league. I feel like as long as he's able to go out and stay healthy, he's one of the best linebackers in this league. And I'm just looking forward to help offer as much knowledge to him as I can. For one, so that he can stay healthy, because I've dealt with the injury stuff in my past, and whatever advice I can offer to help that happen, I'm going to give it to him. From a standpoint of becoming a better player, whatever advice I can give to him, I'm going to make sure that I do that. And I've had the opportunity to do that in Carolina for a couple of years with Luke and Shaq, and having those guys come in, and the transition has been smooth, and I don't expect it to be any different here.
After 14 years in the NFC, how will it feel to come into the AFC and AFC West?
I'm looking forward to it. Everything is fresh, is new for me, and that's not always a bad thing. For me, it's definitely a good thing. I'm looking forward to, like I said, becoming a part of this team, becoming a part of the great culture that they've developed around here so far, and just continue to help build on it.
All right. Thanks, Thomas.
No problem.
We got Tyrod for you guys.
How y'all doing?
Tyrod, same question I asked Mr. Davis. So what was the attraction of coming here and joining this organization?
First and foremost, it's the relationship I had with Coach A. Lynn. Being together in Buffalo as offensive coach, definitely for it. Was fortunate to be on a Super Bowl winning team my second year in the league, and seeing what it took. And I think just playing against this team, like I said, outside looking in, you see they're close. It's a bunch of guys that play for one another. It's not a bunch of selfish egos on this roster, and I think that's where you start as far as building the Super Bowl team.
I'm assuming you had some interest as a starter on some teams in terms of the market, but you take this job as a backup behind Rivers. How tough a decision was that?
It was definitely tough. Because as a competitor, you want to go out there and play. But I think that this is the right fit for me. I think I made the right decision. It's a great organization, great people. The past day that I've been here, it's been nothing but good things said about one another throughout the organization. So looking back at it, I think I've made a great decision for myself, but also as well as just helping this organization out.
Have you talked to Philip at all?
No, I recently just got his number this morning, so I'm going to reach out to him when I get to the airport. I met Philip a couple years ago. I was actually out training in San Diego at the time, and past each other spoke. We've talked throughout seasons, but nothing where it's been intimate. So I'll reach out to him when I get to the airport. Definitely looking forward to learning from him. He's a great quarterback. He's played at a high level for a number of years now, potential Hall of Fame quarterback. So I'm looking forward to being around him, learning as much as I can, and just picking his brain.
Is that one of the benefits you feel of taking this move or making this move at this point in your career, being able to kind of play with a guy and be around like a guy like that?
Absolutely. Like I said, who wouldn't want to be around a quarterback of that caliber? Of course, like I said, you want to play, but you also have to look at the right fit and make sure everything makes sense. And I think this fit here, me choosing to come here, made the right sense.
You talked about your relationship with Coach Lynn, obviously being in Buffalo and where you are now. How much did that influence your decision to even come here, being back with Coach Lynn again?
It influenced it a lot. I actually talked to Coach Lynn when the situation, or when we first signed, and was excited to get back on the phone with him. We've stayed in communication throughout the years of us being away from each other. It was a special time for him when he took over in Buffalo. He was able to command a team and command an offensive group while also being thrown into the fire in his profession. So that was something that I definitely respected, and took my hat off to him. So definitely appreciate how he handled it, and excited to move forward with him as the head coach.
Past couple of years when you play against the Chargers, you're studying their defense. Now, what do you like about their offense?
I mean, like I said, overall, it's offense, defense, in every phase they play great in all phases. It's a defense that gets out to the quarterback. I know going against this defense, you had to get the ball out quick, or it's going to be a sack, or the back end. Those guys are athletic, they make a play on the ball. The offense has always been an explosive offense, so I think you have a great combination of both, like I said, both phases, and very close to going out and winning the Super Bowl.
You've been a starter the past couple of years. Do you think it'll be kind of an easy transition going back to the backup role, because you did in Baltimore with Joe Flacco and winning Super Bowl there?
It's always tough. Like I said, the competitor nature, you want to get out there and play, but you also understand your role. And I'm here to help in any way that I can. Help Philip, help the team in any way, and I'm here to do that. And I'm open to go out and, like I said, doing whatever it takes to make the team better.
When you were looking at various teams on the market, besides your familiarity with Anthony, how much did you look at maybe stability of teams and organizations, not going through transitions and new coaches and systems?
Definitely something that stuck out. Last year, couldn't control. Was traded to Cleveland. You don't know the situation there. Of course, they was going to draft a younger quarterback. So stability-wise, you couldn't control that. This year was a little different. I could control that. So that definitely played a big factor into the decision that I made.
How early on in the process did you think about this could be a fit just because of your relationship with Anthony? Was it something you were thinking about before free agency, leading up to it, or did
No.
their quarterback situation? Obviously, you knew Phil was a starter, but did you?
No. My agent gave me a list of teams, and I told him to keep everything open. And once we finally got to free agency, that we were going to narrow things down. And this particular team, being the Chargers, kept coming up in conversation that me and him had. And the more and more we talked about it, it made sense for this to be the next fit for me.
How much did you and Anthony grow closer during that 2016 season? Because he kind of stepped in as offensive coordinator, and then the coaching changed late in the year.
I would say our relationship grew every week. Of course, Coach Lynn was our running backs coach. Just through our protection meetings, of course, you interact as a quarterback with your running backs coach. But after the second week, we fired our offensive coordinator, and he stepped in. So we met just about every day throughout the rest of the season. And he ended up taking over the head coaching job the last week of the year. So I think our relationship grew to a strong one each and every week. And throughout that time, I got a chance to learn about him. He had a chance to learn about me, and I think that made the relationship even stronger moving forward.
How about learning from Philip Rivers? I'm guessing that kind of attracted you to come here also. But just watching him play over the years, and what do you see in Philip? And I'm guessing you're pretty excited to work with him.
For sure, I'm definitely excited to work with him. Always admired his game. He's super competitive. You can see it from the other sideline. He's definitely a quarterback that you want to learn from. And like I said, he's played at a high level throughout his whole career. And looking forward to being able to take away any and everything that I can from his game, his daily approach, how he goes about business. Just looking forward to learn from him overall.
All right.
Thank you.